Hi, everybody. This is Denise Thibodeau, and I got another amazing testimony by Cherie Hunt. Cherie is from the US. She also has invested in the IWH certification course, but I've just had a few minutes with her, and we've been going back and forth. And what I love about you is that you really do a lot of research. You really are methodical in your thinking. You want to bring truth to the table. You are experiencing some really amazing things for yourself. And I love your vision that you want to bring solutions to people's tables and solutions to their lives. But you're not just saying things, you're actually experiencing them. And so, do you want to start with your journey of where this all started for you?
Yeah, I'd love to. Thanks, Denise. I, this has actually been a long journey about, and just as we've been thinking about this, realized that it's been over 25 years since I was diagnosed with asthma, exercise-induced asthma, uh, and so I was struggling to ride my bike up the hill, for example, or do a race course on my ski team without losing my breath. Uh, so I ended up getting inhalers, so inhaled steroids, and I didn't really want to, but it's what I needed to do at the time to get uh, um, to be able to breathe well. And so I started out with 4 puffs of my maintenance inhaler every day. Uh, so that's 2 puffs in the morning, 2 puffs at night, um, and and some allergy medication for my congestion, and it just wasn't working. I was still struggling with the congestion, the breathing got better. I was able to reduce my puffs to twice, 2 puffs once a day. And then I had a rescue inhaler for whenever I needed it. And I would use that. In the beginning, it was probably like once a week. Um, and uh, then it kind of went down to once a month, uh, and once a year after that. Uh, and but then I started waking up in the middle of the night with asthma attacks, and so my doctor suggested that I might have a dairy allergy. Um, and I didn't know that dairy was an inflammatory product and is is related to asthma. There's correlations with um, dairy allergies and asthma. And so
So, had you been on so how long into before the doctor actually said, hey, there's a correlation, you might be allergic to dairy, that could be triggering? Was that like early on, or was that like 20 years later? What did that look like?
it was like 10 years after I got on the medications, um, because I was that's kind of when I started waking up in the middle of the night with an asthma attack or acid reflux. Um, and and that so that's and that was about 10 years in. So that was kind of scary, those attacks. Because I couldn't breathe, catch my breath. Um, and have to take my rescue inhaler at that point. And um, so that's when he suggested cutting out dairy from my diet. And it was that was a big deal. Uh, that was changed kind of everything. I had been um, reading labels for the camp I worked for, because we had lots of kids that came to camp with like gluten allergies or different allergies. So I was starting to read labels for them to buy food that was safe for our campers. But doing it for yourself is a whole different ballgame.
Well, it takes a lot of time starting
It
to read
does.
those because not only do you have to read labels, you have to understand the language of labels because they label things like natural ingredients or whatever. And so you gotta have to start investigating, even like sugars, like there's lots of different names for sugar. And so is there a lot of different names for dairy?
Yes. Yes, there's whey protein, there's casein, there's lactose, and a whole list. I mean, there's like half a page of different names of things that contain dairy.
So
Uh,
would you be able, this would be, I think, if it's for our viewers that are watching, I'm sure they would appreciate, would you feel comfortable in giving out a list of those words, those descriptions for dairy?
yeah, I can put together a list and share that with our viewers. Absolutely.
Okay, that would
Um,
be amazing. That would be, I believe a lot of people would appreciate that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did is I went and I researched and found lists of dairy products, what they were called, different things, um, and different websites that help you with your allergy and cookbooks. Because I had to start. I found in my journey that it was a struggle to go to a restaurant. People didn't know what a dairy allergy was. I would get asked constantly if I could have eggs. Eggs are maybe in the dairy case at the grocery store, but they are not a dairy product.
Right.
Dairy is an animal milk product.
Yeah.
Um, but
So what happened as you were like, so having a hard time going to restaurants? I'm sure when you were with family members and potlucks and things like that, you had to be aware. So you basically bringing your own food because you were changing your diet to accommodate the asthma. So as you were changing your diet, you found
mhm.
you found some products that were dairy free that helps serve that, and now you're still cooking with dairy free products because that's what our company does now is they have lots of spice blends that you can cook with that are dairy free. But what was happening to your asthma? Were you getting better with not
Oh,
having the dairy?
completely. I was still, um, I got rid of the issues overnight. So I wasn't waking up in the middle of the night with acid reflux and asthma attacks, um, as frequently. Uh, it was like maybe once a year uh, that was happening, but my asthma was not getting better.
Okay.
It was staying maintained because my asthma was a light form of exercise induced asthma with allergy triggers. So if I stayed away from the stuff and took my inhaler, then I was able to ride my bike up the hill and ski hard without having to take my rescue inhaler. But it wasn't like, if I missed taking it, then I could tell.
Right.
Um,
So now you're with, so you've had a transition in your life. Back in February, you were introduced to a company called Longevity,
mhm.
and they're they're developed some really amazing spice blends that don't have any dairy in it, gluten free, low sodium. They're absolutely delicious. But we also were introduced to a line of health and wellness products. So this is what's the intriguing story now about what happened because they were recommending a product called Rise and Restore. We didn't
Yeah.
really know what it was all about. All we heard
No.
was that it was like it has minerals and vitamins and amino acids in it, and it's a really great product. And so, what happened when you took the chance, right? It was like, okay, I'm just going to do this and see what happens. And I think this is a remarkable thing, right? When you just, you know what, I'm going to do this and see what happens, and then you got this incredible story. So that's I'm really excited about for you to share.
So yeah, like you said, I came in February, didn't have a clue uh what else longevity had to offer, and they said, yeah, you here, we'll offer you this bundle of products to try. And so I took a chance and said, why not? And I ordered it, and in the meantime, while I'm waiting for it to come, I listened to Dead Doctors Don't Lie, and I was so blown away by that. I bought the audio book, the whole book, and then another uh, book by Dr. Wallach called Let's Play Doctor, and uh, it was so intriguing that minerals and vitamins are so essential to our health. And when I got the Rise and Restore, um, I was still in the beginnings of listening to the books and started taking it, and I wasn't expecting huge changes, especially right away, because things take time. I'd been had asthma for 20 plus years, uh, but within 2 weeks, I noticed that my breathing was better. My chest was not as tight. I was not as congested. I stopped taking my allergy nasal sprays altogether, and I thought to myself, I wonder if I could stop taking my inhaler, my maintenance inhaler, and be okay. Because I wanted for a long time to be off of it. Um, and I gave it a try. I carried him around with me in case,
Mhm.
but yeah, within 2 weeks, I was able to drop that maintenance inhaler that I was taking 2 puffs of every day for 20 years, and didn't have an asthma attack. And I haven't used it since.
And how
I,
many? So that was in February, and we're recording this September 2nd.
yeah,
How many months is that you like have not had to have that inhaler?
I would say that that's about 8 months. Because it was in March that I probably started the product. Um,
So 6 months.
oh, yeah, so 6 months. Um, that I've been, inhaler free. And I've even stopped carrying it around. Um, I
You're that confident that
that confident that I'm not going to have an attack. That unless I'm traveling somewhere, that I don't carry it with me, and I carried it with me all the time. I had one in my bag with me. I took one to work. Um, I had it, where my husband knew where it was, in case I woke up in the middle of the night and he had to help me and stuff. But yeah, no, I don't carry it with me at all.
wow. So I always ask this question because I'm like, if you wouldn't have been introduced to this, where do you think your life would be today?
Well, I would say that I would still be on my asthma medications. I'd still be taking that inhaled steroid product, and I would still be taking nasal allergy meds and over-the-counter allergy medications that make me sleepy and groggy.
And what
Uh,
was the expense on all that? Like, how much would you spend a month on those medications? Were you covered, not covered? What did that look like in the United States?
in the United States, I was covered by some by insurance, but not all of it. It would have without a coupon from the manufacturer. Um, I would have been paying 300 and some dollars a month for just the one maintenance inhaler. Um, and that doesn't include the rescue inhaler, which was probably another 75 to $100. Um, and so I wouldn't have been able to afford it without these coupons that brought it down to like 15 and $25 a
Wow.
month. Um, because that inhaler without insurance or coupons is over $800, and there's no generic for it.
Wow.
Um, so I would have been suffering without it and trying to manage like I had been before, I went in and got tested.
So now that you are on Rise and Restore and you're taking your morning drink and afternoon drink, and the cost of it is a lot cheaper than the meds, that's for darn sure. Now,
Yeah.
how are your allergies? Like, have you been able to introduce, you know, milk? Are you too scared to? Like, what's happening with your allergy side of things?
Uh, it's actually pretty exciting. Last month, um, I I started to slowly actually no maybe 2 months ago now, because we're in September. In July, I started slowly introducing dairy. I found a good quality butter because Dr. Wall talks about being closer to nature, and I was trying to get rid of um, the seed oils
Mhm.
out of my diet, and so I'd switched to duck fat, and so I went and got a good quality butter and started using that and just to see what would happen. And no attack in the middle of the night. My my breathing is or my allergies are better. I still have some congestion, but I believe that that's due to my pet dander allergy. We have a dog,
Yeah.
and so that hasn't completely gone away, but it's manageable without medications. Um,
Wow.
and yeah, it was incredible. And so then I started, um, I think the next thing I went with was a good cottage cheese. Um,
Is that a
and
high protein and we need protein in our diet?
yep, yep, I started working on adding protein, and so I wanted to see if cottage cheese would work. Um, I don't drink milk itself, per se, but I haven't liked milk for a long time. Uh, so I just haven't had the desire to use it. It has, to me, it has a lot of sugar in it um, so I use like an almond milk and stuff, but I can do cheese. Next was like a good cheese. I missed my blue cheese.
Oh,
Um,
I love blue cheese too. That's so good.
Yep. So that was my next try, and all of it's been successful. I'm confidently eating dairy products again with no asthma attacks in the middle of the night and no added congestion or difficulty breathing.
So, as we come to a close, what would you like to say to somebody who's watching this and they go, "Oh, that's my son, that's my daughter, oh, that's me." How would you encourage them?
Well, I would say, reach out. reach out to me, and I can walk beside you on this journey. I've been there and um and gone through it, so I have a lot of tools in my toolbox to help you get the right foods, um, to make the um, while you're transitioning. I also have the tools to help you discover uh, things that will work for you. Whether it's the Rise and Restore or the other 90 essential nutrient packs, um, or something else in the line. Everybody's different. So, um, but I'm here to guide you on this journey of of taking that first step. That's the biggest one, is taking that first step and saying, I want to be healthier. I want to um, have, you know, I want to breathe easier. I want to not have to uh, worry when I go to the potluck. I went to my cousin's wedding reception the other night and didn't have to worry about if there was dairy products in the potato salad or the coleslaw. Uh, and that felt so good,
Yeah.
to not have to worry about that.
Well,
Um,
I think there's something really special when you can walk in confidence, right? And
yes,
and and you lived it. You lived for 25 years with your allergies and asthma, and we're seeing asthma. You hear lots and lots of people, more and more people with asthma issues, and I think it's a big deal. And
it
so
is. It's a
it's a huge
huge,
deal.
huge deal, and there's lots of different, triggers for it, and um, but we can confidently work at you know finding the answers together.
Yeah. And I
Um,
think and I think your story brings lots of hope, right? It's like
yes,
this is my story, right?
hmm
And
it is.
and everybody has an opportunity to write a new story when it comes to health. And
Yes,
linking arms with you or other IWH coaches that are out there, we are being equipped to support the community in front of us, so to
yes,
support the individuals. And it's not like guesswork. It's like you can start with an evaluation, discover where your body's at. 'Cause your body's talking to you. Everybody's body's
yes,
talking to them. I love that. And you discover your score, and then from there you walk down a journey, and it's always your choice which direction you want to go. And
yeah,
I think that's the biggest, like all of us have our own, health journey that we're on, and there's nothing better than when you can authentically share with truth,
yes,
with
absolutely.
no manipulation, and it's not about a sale, it's about feeling better, and
Right.
legitimately winning on the health side without sacrificing, you know thousands of dollars. Like yeah, we could go on about, how many times I've invested, like how much did you invest in discovering your, trying to find solutions, doing this and that, and you're spending money and you're not getting results. And then here, all of a sudden
Right.
you've got results because you took a chance that somebody was
Y-
telling you the truth and they were.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I spent, thousands of dollars probably on my medications and
Doctor visits, I'm sure it cost, like our health systems are different, but every time you go to a doctor, it costs you guys money, I'm assuming.
yep, yeah, it costs, out of pocket, minimum $35 every time, and that doesn't include the, stuff that isn't covered,
Yeah.
or or if you have to go to the ER. I mean, I am so thankful that I never had to do that for that. Um, but, I've had to go in for other things. And I mean, the bills are just staggering.
Yeah.
And, you just feel the weight of the debt of it all. And
Which is
I
what,
didn't want to be there anymore.
yeah.
And so, yeah, I took a chance and it's paid off huge. And um
Yeah.
and
I
I'm
think,
just so thankful. And
yeah. Well, I think that's a really great end to our journey together today. And as a friend and as a what do we call, like, we work together. Like, it's so
right,
remarkable, right? Like, because we really support each other. We have questions, we come together and we ask, and it's a community. It's a
it is. It's a yeah. It's a community. It's
and
uh
I love that you have shared a piece of your story. And I'm very thankful that you said yes to this journey. I'm so thankful that you've found, you know, you're getting better, you're winning, and you've found solutions that work for you. And I know your heart is so big to help others. And I'm excited about the future of what you're going to bring to other people's lives because you care. And I just want to say thank you for doing this interview with me. And from what do we call this? Like, from struggle to wins, from struggle
yeah,
to hope.
yeah, to discovery, to I mean, there's so many positive things we could put on there.
Yeah.
Um, from struggle to discovery and all of it.
And it's
Um,
only been 6 months.
and it's only been yeah, it's crazy that it's only been 6 months since I said yes to trying this rise and restore. What was
Yeah.
that?
And you're totally getting restored, which is so good.
I am
So good. So
totally.
thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing this with me. And if you want to get a hold of Cherie, feel free to get a hold of Cherie or myself. We're here to serve you and help you. And thank you again for doing this amazing
You're
interview
welcome.
and sharing your story with all of us because I know it's going to change lives. So thanks.
Bye bye.